hello to everyone, and welcome to our Changemakers type podcast, and where you listen the stories from the changemakers from different industry, whether it is like tech or non-tech, anywhere. And today's our podcast guest is Mr. Amit Ganguly Ji, who is TEDx speaker, coach, and mentor, and also he's founder and MD of Blessed IT Solution. And he have 26 years of extensive experience in directing all aspects of human resources, including employee relations and performance management, as well as handling all aspects of talent development and management and competency management. After 25 years of his corporate jobs, he have decided to follow his passion. So he has started new journey, founded Blessed IT Solutions to help organization to solve the organization development, recruitment challenges. His company acts as a bridge between corporate and university students to help students to secure the best job. So, welcome to our podcast, so sir. And I would like to, tell us a bit about yourself and how your journey has been started.
Thank you, Harsh. Um, Thank you for inviting me or getting me in the series, first of all.
Yeah,
And to start about me,
yeah,
I have started my career way back in 94. And I'm personally very passionate about training, teaching, and those areas.
yeah,
Might be
yeah.
because of the hereditary fact.
Mhm.
Um, so I started as a technical trainer in 94. Till
Wow.
2003 May, I was working as technical trainer and also training center management kind of thing. All were in my hometown, Calcutta.
Yeah.
Been there with organizations like Computer Point, Informatics, and Tata Infotech. In 2003, I moved out of Calcutta and also training, I mean, private teaching or training in, I would say, industry,
Mm-hmm.
and moved to Mumbai for a completely different role. It's a
Mm-hmm.
tech support role.
Yeah.
That was a very short stint. I mean, close to 8 months. After that, I
Mm-hmm.
joined Novel. Again, a
Oh.
completely different role.
Mm-hmm.
There, I joined as a pre-sales person. I mean, pre-sales consultant.
Okay.
Um, the first posting was in Pune. After one
Mm-hmm.
year, I got transferred to from Pune to Bangalore office. So
Yeah.
in 2004 October, I moved to Bangalore, and ever since
Mm-hmm.
we are in Bangalore.
Yeah.
In 2005, joined my last organization. 2005 December, joined my last
Mm-hmm.
organization, Accenture.
Yep.
Joined as Bangalore training lead,
Mm-hmm.
and been there with the L&D team almost for 9 years. And
Wow.
when
Amazing.
I moved out of the L&D team, at that time I was managing the delivery training operations in India, APAC, and few other geographies.
Wow. Amazing, sir.
Thank you. So after moving out the L&D team, I joined another group. Accenture has a small product management organization or product management vertical called as Accenture Products and Platforms. So there
Wow.
I joined as an operations lead,
Mm-hmm.
and along with the training management, budget management, employee retention, and all these things got
Mm-hmm.
added to my portfolio.
Okay.
So in 2020 February end, I finally say goodbye to my corporate journey. I would say yes boss journey, and
Yeah.
started a different journey altogether, which
Mm-hmm.
is a kind of an entrepreneur journey. So first one
Amazing, sir.
year been almost like a solopreneur,
Mm-hmm.
and then last year we established this company, Blessed IT Solution. So that's
Yeah.
briefly about me.
Amazing journey, sir. From Kolkata to Pune to Bangalore. It's kind of whole country. You have idea about like in corporate journey, like how corporate is working, and particularly in most of the MNC companies. So So, what is your experience during, going from a small town in Kolkata to Pune and Bangalore? What is the one thing you found different in whether in terms of technology, whether in terms of ecosystem, or like the resources available in different states or different city?
See, I mean, that way, though I have not lived in those cities for longer, but
Okay.
because of my work, I had been to all metros of India.
Mm-hmm.
I had been to Delhi multiple times,
Yeah.
then Hyderabad many times, Chennai many times,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, within India, I'm talking about the big metros.
Okay.
So culture wise, yes, of course, there will be difference. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
being a huge country in India, different corner of the country, our food habit is different.
Yeah.
Language, of course, is different. So there
Yeah.
are a lot of differences. But in
Mm-hmm.
terms of if we talk about the professional culture or working culture per se,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the IT industry, it's more or less same.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see much of difference out there. Only
Mm-hmm.
thing is when initial days of my Accenture career, that is 2005, 6, 7 period, when I used to
Mm-hmm.
travel to Chennai, their
Mm-hmm.
language was a barrier those days.
Yeah.
But gradually, that also has changed. I mean, during my career only, I have seen, yes, people became more
Mm-hmm.
open to at least English, may not be Hindi that way, but people
Yeah.
became more open to English
English. Yeah.
in cafeteria or other places, people don't talk only in Tamil. Of course, if
Mm-hmm.
all of us are Tamilian, in that case, obviously we will speak.
Previously. Yeah. Yeah.
That is quite obvious. But
Mm-hmm.
even if there is one person who is not from Tamil Nadu, it is kind of become by default that people start speaking in
A
English.
strategy. Yeah. Yeah.
That is there. Otherwise, it's more or less same.
How is your challenge? Like from different locations, you handle team from like from training to like a skilling. What is the like challenge for handling people from different cities, or like when they are in different language? Maybe they will not understand properly. Then how do you handle that?
Well, again, there I didn't found much difference. See, very honestly speaking, during my career, particularly in
Mhm.
Accenture career,
Mhm.
I had people reporting to me not only within India, even outside India also.
Okay.
There were instances, or there were people with whom
Mhm.
I had not met even a single time during that career in person. So
Yeah.
everything was virtual. I mean, though that is way before the COVID era and all, but of course
Mhm.
you can't go to US or Europe every time to meet the team member. That's very costly. So
True.
that common trend which we had set, or agreement kind of thing, that
Mhm.
once in every month,
Mhm.
I mean, every week we used to have a weekly call, and
Mhm.
the last week of the month of the
Mhm.
weekly call used to be through video. So where
Okay,
at
sir.
least we can see the face of each other.
Mhm.
I mean, put a
Mhm.
face along with the name. Um,
Okay.
Now, if you talk about the challenges,
Mhm.
honestly, uh, I personally believe, I mean, there are a lot of people in those days used to believe that people who are working for you or working under you should work just under your nose, so that you can see
Mhm.
them, what they are doing and where are they and all these things. But I never
Mhm.
believed on that philosophy. And
Okay.
especially that is the reason I never had any problem of handling cross geographic or cross location team. uh,
Mhm.
the main thing what I personally feel here is it depends on trust. If
Mhm.
as a manager, if as a leader, if I trust my people, then
Mhm.
99% cases they will also trust me. uh,
Absolutely, sir. Yeah.
I mean, I should not go in doing the micromanagement. Yes, there are people. I have seen people that who those days this MS team and those things were not there. It was what AIM or something. Some instant messenger was there in earlier days, or might be Yahoo
Yeah.
Messenger. I forgot. So
Mhm.
there were people who used to make group of all their
Mhm.
team members, and
Yeah.
9 o'clock is the reporting time. So 9 to 9:30 they used to take the screenshot who all have logged in, and if
Uh-huh.
5:30 is the logout time, then 5 to
Mhm.
5:30 they kept on checking who logged out earlier or before
Mhm.
time. During
Mhm.
lunch, who went early and came back late. All these things people used to monitor. But I
Yeah.
hate those things. I hate those things. I mean, that way you never uh, get the confidence of your people.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
from that perspective, I am really grateful to one of my manager under whom
Mhm.
I got an opportunity to work.
Mhm.
He always used to tell me that, Amit, where you are, where is your physical location doesn't matter. If you
Mhm.
are at home, if you are in office, if you're in Bangalore office, Hyderabad office, US office, wherever it might be, or might be in
Mhm.
vacation, enjoying your vacation in Goa, whatever it
Mhm.
might be. But if you have some assignment or deadline to complete, that has to
Mhm.
happen wherever you are.
Happen. Yeah.
I don't care
Mhm.
about your physical location. So
Mhm.
I strongly believe in the same thing. I mean, my deadline, my work has to be completed. From where,
Yeah.
how many hours I am logging in, that's those things are immaterial.
Yeah. Absolutely, sir. So you have mentioned like like handling people from a different background or different location doesn't matter. But you see, if you see, I'm from Bihar, and most of the people are staying outside the Bihar, or like outside their hometown, whether they want to study or they want to work for any MNC. So what happened is that like people who are in higher position, they think like they think like the person who is from different state may be not in culturally like fit for that, but the process, it is the matter that have to be completed in any way. But but there is one thing which is like a challenge for any people who is staying outside their hometown, to be in the culture that their corporate is like uh, that corporate culture have to be aligned properly. So how do you like suggest any startups or any early stage business, like business, who can uh, build that kind of culture where from different states of or different city of people can come together and work? How do we
Well,
build that culture?
absolutely. That's a very valid question, valid point actually. See, um, there are two sides of the coin. So we can't ignore any of these sides, right? So one
Yeah.
side, I will talk first as an individual if I am coming from a different state, right?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
there are certain responsibilities that I also need to hold, need to carry on my shoulder.
Okay.
Say, for example,
Hmm.
let me take my example. When I moved from my hometown, Calcutta, to Mumbai, now, if
Hmm.
I always have a feeling that I am from Calcutta and Calcutta is the best place, best intellectual city, blah blah blah, so and so forth, and
Hmm.
people from other part of the country are inferior to me, then of
Hmm.
course there will be a repercussion. There will be a
Hmm.
backlash. So, I
Yeah.
mean, will I tolerate or will I like someone talking or
Hmm.
telling that, you know what, I come from so and so place which is way
Hmm.
superior than your state, than your culture, and so and so. Of course, I will not
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
it positively, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is one side. So what
Yeah.
I did is, first of all, I always have respect about all. I mean, all the states,
Hmm.
entire, all the people, not only in India,
Yeah.
even other
Hmm.
countries also.
Hmm.
So I never showcased anything of that. Second
Hmm.
was, I was always very keen to learn and adopt the culture of the place where I am going.
Hmm.
See, the food habit will be different, obviously.
Yep.
Say, for
Yep.
example, if
Yeah.
from Bihar, if someone is moving to Bangalore, is still better place, or even
Hmm.
Mumbai is a much better place. But from Bihar,
Yeah.
for example, or West Bengal, someone moves to Chennai, food habit
Hmm.
wise, it's a big difference.
Very different. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, again, if I keep on searching for my local dishes, local food, everywhere and make it very prominent kind of thing. No, 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 this food I cannot have. This is too bad or whatever. I mean, in that case, I'm not been able to, get along with the culture, local people, local culture, local food habit.
Yeah.
That is one part. So again, I need to be get acclimatized. Third thing, what I did is within 2 days of joining in the new company in Mumbai, I asked their admin head that do you know how to learn Marathi? Because as per me, according to me, Marathi is the language for Maharashtrians.
Yeah.
Now she gave, of course, being in Mumbai, she gave an amazing answer. She said, "तेरे को मराठी क्यों चाहिए?" I said, "No, Marathi is the language for Maharashtrians."
Yeah.
He said, no, you are in Bombay. So in Bombay, if you can read, understand, and speak Hindi, that is more than enough. And anyway, I mean, later on, I figured out Marathi and Hindi are very close. So that became very handy actually when I moved to Pune, because Pune people at that point of time, in 2004 or 2003 and 2004 till October, I found Pune people, they are culturally very proud about their culture, which is again not bad, right?
Yeah.
So they are very particular about Marathi speaking people, and they don't really like if you are completely unable to understand, may not be speak that well, but unable to understand Marathi also is a little bit of, I mean, it creates a difference, cultural difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that helped me. So that is from the employee side. I mean, if I am migrating from one state or one part of the country to other country, I will give a very small synergy or example here. Imagine from India, any part of India, okay, any part of India, I have been migrated to, say, for example, UK or US, or maybe even France, or maybe Germany. Okay. Why I'm saying France or Germany? Because US and UK, even for Indian, any educated Indian can speak, understand, write English, and their English is one of the major language or mother tongue for most of the people in those two countries. But if you talk about France and Germany or even Japan and many of such countries, English is not, I would say, an important language for them. Now, if I say that I will not learn Japanese or I will not learn German or French, and I will speak or understand, I mean, I expect everyone to speak to me in English. Will that work? No.
No.
The same thing. So from, say, for example, Bengal to when I moved to Karnataka, if I expect that everyone will speak to me and understand English or Hindi here, that's nonsense. So I need to put some effort to understand, at least I may not have courage to speak fluently, but at least should put an effort to learn and understand Kannada, at least speaking. I mean, if someone is speaking in Kannada, I should be able to understand at least main part of it, gist of it.
Yeah.
In Bangalore being a very cosmopolitan city, I am very lucky. Starting from government, state government officials to auto wala and everybody, they try their best to speak in either Hindi or English for non-Kannadiga people. They are very, very nice people, but it's my responsibility to try to speak in their language or at least understand their language. So that is from our side. Now from the corporate side, when I am setting up an organization and I am inviting people or employing people across the country, at that point of time, I need to set a culture within the team to communicate in a common language. Say, for example, let's imagine me and somebody else, another Bong guy has established a company in West Bengal. Right? So now, as a founder member, and after that, we start employing people. And while we are employing people, we started getting people all across the country, all over India. Now, being the two founders, being both of us Bengali, if we communicate only in Bengali, am I setting a right example in front of my people? No. So even though we both are Bengali, at least when there is a third person is there along with us, it's my duty, or it's my, I would say, duty, responsibility, whatever we
It's
call it,
yeah,
to speak in a language which is which he or she can understand,
yeah.
right?
Common for everyone. Yeah,
Common for everyone. So
yeah.
as an entrepreneur, or as a company owner, or as a senior management person, whoever I might be, it's my duty, my responsibility to set up that culture, inculcate the culture that everyone, their common, I would say, speaking or communication language will be a common language, whatever it might
Yeah.
be. I'm not saying that only English, can be Hindi
Absolutely.
also, but the
Yeah,
Hindi,
yeah,
the only challenge is, if we have someone from Tamil Nadu, then he or she might not be that well in Hindi.
yeah.
I will give another example, which I heard from one of my very dear friend. He
Yeah.
was with Indian Army in the Commando Force, Special Force, and in his group, there were, I think, 7 or 8 folks were there. He is Bengali. The 2 guys were from Punjab, one guy
Yeah.
from Chennai, the other guy from, Tamil Nadu, other guy from, I think, Kerala, and the last person was from Northeast, Manipur or Mizoram or somewhere. So first 6 months was miserable, communication wise and all this. So what their commander said, or commandant said, guys, you will speak only in English. Sorry, only in Hindi.
Hindi. Yeah.
Hindi, not English. Why not English? Because since you are in special force, and when you are going for an operation, say against Chinese people or whoever it might be, other than Pakistan, of course, Pakistanis will understand Hindi also, but Chinese will not understand Hindi.
Hindi. Yeah.
So if your communication language is our core Indian language, in that case, it will not create any barrier. So initially there was a lot of resistance from people from especially Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and even the Northeast. Then after 6 months of training, they move apart, and intentionally it seems that the Tamilian guy and the Keralite guy had been put in Punjab regiment, where it is 90% are Sardarjis. And they met again for next phase of training after 6 months. And to my my friend was telling that to my surprise, the moment this Tamilian and the Keralite guys, they got down from their track, they started using all sort of Punjabi abusive language and Punjabi this thing. 6 months mein Punjabi sikh ja. They learned Punjabi, including the Galis also. So this is again a culture. So in Indian Army, they have enforced that everyone will speak in Hindi. Hindi is the common language.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. So as an entrepreneur, as a business head, as a business manager, we also need to set up certain norms like that, which definitely will help to bring everyone at the same page.
Yeah,
otherwise,
definitely.
it's very ridiculous. Very awkward. Suppose 2 guys are cracking a joke in a language which others don't understand, and then they will wait like this, and those 2 guys are laughing. That becomes very awkward.
Yeah.
They will feel left out, right?
Yeah. Sure, sir. It reminds me one quote is there, like, if you are telling me in a language that we understand, that is that we love that. But if you speak in a language that in my language, that is that is very connecting to people in any organization, or any any organization or any community.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
So my next question will be like if people are in a community or in an organization, how do we mentor them or guide them or coach them to fit in a culture that we have organized, or we have already structured? Because some people are in different culture, maybe they have some kind of the barrier that will not fit in the structure that we have built in organization. So how do we handle that, and how do we guide them?
Right. So here in this
Mhm.
case, what is required is the way Indian Army did. I mean,
Uh-huh.
if I am from a completely different culture, different background, if I don't
Uh-huh.
understand anything of the common language which has been agreed,
Yeah.
throw that
Yeah.
person among people, he or she will be the only person among the people
Uh-huh.
who speaks only that language. That could be a
Yeah.
very crude way of doing it.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, in IT industry, that may not work, honestly, trust me. In IT industry,
Yeah.
it will not work.
Yeah.
The only thing will happen, your team's attrition will increase. So
Mm.
in IT industry, what we need to do is we need to, again, for that, what is required very importantly, as I was saying, that
Mhm.
it has to be reciprocal. Both the parties
Mhm.
need to work at step at least to come closer to each other. I mean, if
Mhm.
I'm going backward and the person in front of me wants to come closer to me, so he
Mhm.
or she will have to put a lot of extra effort to come to me
Yeah.
if I go
Yeah. Yeah.
backward. So both the
Mhm.
persons need to move forward. So I need to have that intent.
Mhm.
So it's not only building the culture by the organization, it's very important
Mhm.
when we are doing the interview, when we are doing the selection at that point
Mhm.
of time during HR round, it's
Mhm.
very important to
Mhm.
set the
Yeah.
expectation that this is what is expected out of you.
Mhm.
But do not try to, again, and we are not in Indian Army, so with all due
Mhm.
respect, do not try to force feed anything. Say, for
Mhm.
example, if I am in Chennai and if
Mhm.
my team or everyone in the team force me to eat idli dosa or South Indian or Tamilian food every day, first few days I
Mhm.
might like, after that I may like, may not be liking. I may
Mhm.
start developing a liking towards that, or it might be a other way around also. So there are certain things we need to leave
Mhm.
to the individual.
Yeah.
So uh, see, we are not trying to uh, force fit someone into a particular bottle or in a particular shape, right?
Mhm.
So what is
Yeah.
the objective? The objective is we all should be able to work as a team
Team.
and meet our objective.
Yeah.
Now, if that is the requirement, I would say, in
Mhm.
that case, we need to figure out, as a manager, as a leader, as a company owner, I need to figure out what all level, the what all extent the synergy is required to work as a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I need one, or do I need everyone to eat the same food? No, not required,
Mhm. Not
right?
because. Yeah.
But yes, during the communication, at least the office communication or within the office premises, a
Mhm.
common language is important so that
Mhm.
the team bonding happens.
Yeah.
Now, beyond that, what all things we should do is
Mhm.
we all, including it has to happen from the top down, should have
Mhm.
respect for all the cultures and to
Mhm.
everyone. It's very, very important. Showing
Mhm.
respect, have not just having respect, showing respect to
Mhm.
everyone is very, very important. Once we do that, automatically we will get people onboarded, kind of,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
then those small cultural differences, those things and those barriers will automatically evaporate, vanish. One
Yeah.
more thing, as an individual, while I need to do, especially for junior employees, we
Mhm.
need to ensure one more thing, that in a group, people don't use some jokes which
Mhm.
is against a particular province or a particular community or a group. For
Yeah.
example, in
Mhm.
my group, in my team, if I have a Sardarji, and if I
Mhm.
keep on cracking jokes about Sardar,
Mhm.
Banta, Santa, or Banta, and all this stuff,
Mhm.
will that
Yeah.
person like it? Definitely not.
No.
Though
Not. Yeah.
personally, I know one Sardarji who himself used to crack joke about Sardars, and we used to
Mhm.
tease him because of that. Tu kaisa Sardar
Mhm.
hai re? Keep on
Yeah.
teasing. I mean, keep on cracking jokes about your own community. So
Yeah.
that's a different. I mean, that's a very exceptional case. But even
Mhm.
that, then it should not happen. It should not happen.
Yeah.
So those kind of
Yeah.
basic things we need to set. Then
Mhm.
everything will happen automatically. Will go.
Yeah. Absolutely, sir. Very, very the people who are coming from different background also, they will have to ensure that how you can fit and how you can uh, uh, work together so that you can fit in the culture. So yeah, so see, people who are coming from directly from institutions to any corporate culture, so there will be some gaps so in learning, or some of the as you are part of the corporate, where you train them to train them to get fit in corporate culture. So what are the gap you see in institutions that are not providing them to uh, what is the corporate expectation from the uh, you know uh, from the new employee? What are the gap you are seeing in that?
Oh, that's huge. That's
Yeah.
huge. Actually, that actually opens up a Pandora's box.
Mhm.
I will take little time here. See, if we
Okay.
talk about the gap I personally have seen during my corporate days, and now when I am running my own organization, also, especially on
Mhm.
the recruitment front,
Mhm.
um, what I see, there are two levels of gap. One
Mhm.
is gap of knowledge, technical knowledge.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in our academics, most of the academics, I mean, except
Mhm.
IITs or few other engineering colleges, premium
Mhm.
engineering colleges, I would say.
Mhm.
Other than that, what we learn in our degree program
Mhm.
and what we are expected to do in the corporate as an employee,
Mhm.
there is a huge difference.
Yeah.
Practically,
Mhm.
unfortunate to say, there is perhaps the difference is 70% and similarity is 30%, which means what I learned during my 4 years of engineering, only 20 to 30% is being used in my professional life, and
Mhm.
remaining other things is not being used.
Okay.
Now, what should we do?
Mhm.
I'm not talking about what colleges should do, that's a different story altogether. As
Yeah.
an individual, as a fresher, what should I do?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
should, of course, learn
Mhm.
something which
Mhm.
is required by the industry.
Mhm.
Now, there the challenge is, again,
Mhm.
most of the time I see that
Mhm.
as a fresher, or not even fresher, say for example, I am in third year of engineering or second year of
Yeah.
engineering.
Yeah.
Now, somebody told that, or my seniors told that, what you have learned or what you are learning in engineering is of no use, right?
Mhm.
So in
Yeah.
the corporate, when you step into the corporate, you need to
Mhm.
know something which is required, and all these big GANs or he or she or they have given.
Yeah.
Now the challenge is
Mhm.
there are so many things in the market. So
Yeah.
what shall I learn? I have
Mhm.
seen students who are
Mhm.
from quite a good financial background. Those poor
Mhm.
guys learn many things,
Mhm.
learning testing, learning Python, learning this, learning that, whatnot.
Mhm.
I mean, whatever is available perhaps in the market, they try to learn everything.
Yeah.
Now, is that the right thing to do? No. What I need to do is I need to understand the job market.
Mhm.
Now, job market is purely depending on the demand supply scenario,
Mhm.
right? Say, for example,
Yeah.
today, again, I need to do a very genuine assessment about myself. Where do I stand in terms of job
Yeah.
market? Am I an
Mhm.
outstanding person, a very innovative person? I
Mhm.
do have ability to think out of the box, and not only thinking, execute, try to
Mhm.
execute or find out a way to execute those out of the box thinkings.
Yeah. Mhm.
If yes, then I should learn, not me, I should learn something which is kind of technologies, which is kind of very rare to found resources.
Yeah.
That is where the demand supply gap is huge. Demand is
Yeah.
more, supply is
Mhm.
very less.
Very less. Yeah.
If I really fit into that, now, if I don't fit,
Mhm.
everybody cannot be Einstein, everybody cannot be Isaac Newton, right?
True.
So most of us, we are mediocre. I mean, we kind of, I would say, follow the tribe. We are not
Mhm.
leaders. We are the followers, kind of,
Colors. Yeah.
right? So in
Mhm.
such cases, what I should do is, again, I need to do a demand supply analysis. I need
Mhm.
to identify a skill for
Mhm.
which the demand is huge. See, in
Mhm.
the earlier case, the demand is not huge. Demand is niche. It's a niche technology. There would be,
Mhm.
say, 10 job opening happens in a year, and there will be,
Mhm.
say, 4, 5, 6 people who are
Mhm.
eligible or available. So I need
Mhm.
to figure out, do I really fit into that small area? If
Yeah.
not, then I need to figure out a place where the job
Mhm.
opening perhaps in thousands or might be 100,000,
Mhm.
which is huge. Supply is also there, but perhaps not that much.
Mhm.
And the most important is,
Mhm.
even if the supply is there and demand is there, I need to figure out whether this particular technology will last for
Mhm.
next 4 5 years. Because remember, I am in second year. So I have
Mhm.
2 more years to complete my graduation engineering. And
Yeah.
then whatever skill I am choosing, I should be able to use that skill in the organization at least for 2 to 3 years
Yeah.
to be successful.
Mhm.
So I need to figure out a skill or a set of
Mhm.
skill or
Yeah.
an industry
Mhm.
which is going to be there for at least next 4 5 years, which has
Mhm.
huge demand, assuming that I am part of the crowd.
Mhm.
Okay. And
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, then I need to get myself skilled into it. Third
Mhm.
phase. So this is the identification. I mean, not third, sorry, second phase. The,
Yeah.
the first one is the skill identification. What should I learn?
Mhm. Yeah.
Second, from where shall I learn?
Mhm.
Here also, the challenge is, since I can tell you very honestly, because since I started my career as a trainer in private institutes, I know it
Mhm.
very well.
Mhm.
99% of the trainers, with all due respect, the private institutes as well as in the colleges, engineering colleges, they do not have any industry experience.
Mhm.
So they have fantastic technical knowledge, but
Mhm.
they don't know what all intricacies are there while you implement that technical knowledge in the project. It's not same,
Yeah. Mhm.
right? That, I mean, these two things are not same. Of course, I need the technical knowledge, but to convert it into
Mhm.
skill and knowledge is different. To convert
Yeah.
it into skill, I need to have ability or need to have the knowledge how these technical abilities or knowledge can be implemented in the project.
Mm. Yeah.
Now, if I am going to an institute where 99% probability is the trainer is also a professional, quote unquote, professional trainer, never been in the industry.
Mhm.
So, will he or she be able to teach me the implementation? Now, you may argue that no,
Mhm.
they are giving projects. Well,
Mhm.
we get projects in the engineering colleges also, but
Yeah.
how those projects are related to the industry?
Mhm.
Who is evaluating those projects? Is it industry person who evaluates the project? No.
Mhm.
So I don't have any knowledge how the industry works. I have given
Mhm.
a project. I am only evaluating. So I will go
Mhm.
to what? I will go with the bookish way only. There also.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
per book, if it is a waterfall model, you need to do da 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 da. If it is an agile,
Everything.
then this
Yeah.
is the sprint should happen da 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 da. But
Yeah.
beyond that, I don't know.
Absolutely. Mhm.
See, a very simple thing I will tell you in real project scenario. Very simple thing, especially for small organizations
Mhm.
and not a product developing organization, small service delivery organizations.
Mhm.
Clients are always very demanding. They
Mhm.
keep on asking
Mhm.
for some changes, some or other changes. Now,
Mhm.
if I do not have knowledge, understanding about the implication of making those changes, I will
Mhm.
make the changes in my module because they have asked the change in my module.
Yeah.
But there is maybe 99, may not be 100, but 99% probability that my module has some interrelationship, interlinkage with other modules also.
Yeah.
If I make those changes here in one module and it has not reflected or not documented and not reflected in other modules, what will happen? The whole thing will collapse. Also, no
Yeah.
client has asked. So there has to be a process which we call as change management process.
Yeah.
Change request has to be raised. It has to go through certain processes, evaluation, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And then somebody will decide, yes, this change can be done or not at this phase, at this stage. If yes, then which all are the impacted modules, what all changes, where all needs to be done, all these things. So these information will have, I mean, the practical implication. Again, there are two aspects. One is the theoretical part. What I have said is purely theoretical part.
Theoretical
If I
part.
don't
Yeah.
have the practical implication or I would say experience, I will not be able to teach the students how exactly it need to happen.
Absolutely, sir. Yeah.
So I need to be very careful to choose from where what I am learning. Ideally speaking, I should learn things from someone who has some industry experience also. These kind of trainers who are available in institutes or other places, they are expensive. Those kind of trainers are expensive because of their experience, because of their blended experience.
Yeah.
I'll give one more example. Since I do recruitment and I've been in this industry for a very long time, if I try to hire a trainer, professional trainer, quote unquote professional trainer with say 14 years of experience, the salary range usually depending on the technology, salary range could be somewhere around 8 lakh per annum to 22 lakh per annum max. If I try to hire a professional, industry professional, again, not in a niche skill, with 10 years of experience, only in project, in that case, that guy can easily charge or ask for 30 to 40 lakhs per annum. So see the difference. 20 lakh is the ceiling here and 40 lakh is a probability in the other case, double.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
It's huge, right? Now, if I have the blended experience, will I work in 18, 20 lakhs? No, because in the industry, in the market, if I go, I will get for 40 lakhs. So if you want to employ me as a trainer, yes, I am passionate about training and all these things, teaching and training and all these things. But will I take a hit on my, bank account? No. Why should I?
No. Yeah.
So you pay me 40 lakhs or 42 lakh or maybe 39 lakhs. I will work for you as a trainer. Right? Now, if I pay a trainer 40 lakhs and that person is taking a batch of a month, then definitely as an organization person, I need to earn at least 50 to 55 lakhs from the batch. Because because I will be paying the trainer 40 lakhs, na?
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, we can understand the equation. So per person cost is also increasing as a trainee. I need to shell out more money.
Yeah.
So that way it works. Now, many of times we don't understand.
Yeah, absolutely. So in training and development also there is huge opportunity to come come to institutions and train the individual to fit for the organizational needs, whether in terms of technology or in terms of soft skills as well.
See, soft skill is comparatively, I would say, easier because soft skill duration is less. Now, if I talk about the technical skill, not in the institution, ideally, we should have a tie-up or a bonding between the industry and the universities or the colleges, where people from industry will come and teach in the college for at least once in a while. But the better model is students, engineering students get a chance of internship. Why don't lecturers will get a chance of doing internship in an industry? Why can't they send to an industry for 6 months and work there in a project and come back?
Mhm.
So
There
it's
is
not,
some institutional training is there for
that doesn't
professionals.
work. Most of the
It doesn't work.
places, most of the places, that doesn't work. That doesn't see, this kind of thing, training doesn't work. See, again, the
Mhm.
moment I will say training, somebody will come and give some GAN. Now,
Mhm.
GAN is not something which we are looking for here. We are looking for
Mhm.
experience,
Mhm.
actual on the ground, on the field experience. Trust me, when I had started my journey as a trainer, I didn't have the project experience. That I have
Mhm.
gained when I have moved to a technical support role, though it calls technical support, but we were
Mhm.
supposed to do bug fix and do all these things of our own, at least a small
Yeah.
error. At that
Mhm.
point of time, I actually learned what all thing happens in this thing. I mean, other than
Mhm.
the technical knowledge,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? So that experience, we're talking about that experience. So
Mhm.
until and unless I gain as a lecturer, I gain that experience, it will not work. But the challenge is, the
Mhm.
moment you will leave a lecturer from college
Mhm.
who will take his or her classes, the moment that person goes to an industry,
Mhm.
how why the industry will take someone who doesn't have the industry experience and put a
Mhm.
billable project in front of the client? They will not. So they
No.
need to
Yeah.
put that resource, that lecturer, as a
Mhm.
non-billable resource. So they are
Yeah.
not, that person is not charging to the client.
Yeah.
Now, if it is not, if he or she is a non-billable resource, who pays
Mhm.
his or her salary? College, ideally,
College. Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
all these, I mean, I would say commercial or financial implications are there.
Mhm.
Um, it's not easy. It's not easy to solve these problems. It
Mhm.
takes a lot. It takes a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
the easier portion perhaps is, as an individual, if I can find out a place, perhaps shelling little more money to
Mhm.
learn things from professionals, or if I know any professional, if any of my senior have got the job and working,
Mhm.
let us, all the students, 10 students, form a batch and request
Mhm.
that senior, can you please teach
Mhm.
us during weekend?
Yeah. Mhm.
And not free of cost, please. Do not
Mhm.
expect free. Another problem we Indians have, we expect everything free. Free
Mhm.
electricity, free water, free this. And I always jokingly said that if someone tells us tomorrow that we will give you potassium cyanide for free, we will even take that and consume it. Free में मिल रहा है ना?
Yeah.
So nothing,
Absolutely.
no good thing is available free of cost here. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I am teaching you for free,
Mhm.
what is my incentive? Why am I spending time during the weekend?
Yeah.
Maybe out of passion or out of gesture, I will do it 1 or 2 weekend, and then I will also lose my steam. My wife or
Yeah.
my family will keep on saying, you spend the whole day in office also, and in weekend also you are doing something for which you are not earning anything. So who will
Yeah.
do the marketing, shopping, this, that, and all these things? So
Yeah.
there has to be some motivation. May not be a huge money, but required. Big organization, they solve the problem in a different way.
Mm.
They recruit huge number of freshers
Mm.
and they run it like a factory model, like Infi, Accenture, TCS, all of them, they do it. They run it as a factory
Mm.
model. They grill them through a 3 months training with some
Mm.
proper assessment in between.
Mm.
And if you do not clear the assessment, in that
Mm.
case, I mean, of course, with a multiple level of chances and all, then you are out of the
Mhm.
organization. You are thrown out. So,
Yeah.
and they have a provision of having, or they have, I would say, luxury to have a huge bench. So normally
Mhm.
when they complete the training, most of the cases, they do not get absorbed directly to the project. They go to the
Yeah.
bench, work as
Mhm.
a shadow resource for a few
Mhm.
months, then that
Yeah.
person become billable. Now, small
Mhm.
organization can't afford that. And because of that,
Yeah.
trust me, even though the small organization wish to recruit freshers, because of this
Mhm.
gap, they are not been able to
Mhm.
recruit, or else they are paying horribly low salary, thinking
Yeah.
that it's a kind of gamble.
Yeah. There is huge difference in having theoretical knowledge and
Yes.
if you compare to practical knowledge. there is some technology who's working on this sector to have some practical knowledge. Like if you heard about like AR VR technologies, there
Right.
is some like a hologram things is there, 3D modeling is there. So how do you think that technology can fill these kind of gaps, like for industry? Yeah.
Say hologram 3D, again, see, the point is we are not talking about teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching is very easy.
Mm-hmm.
From industry, usually colleges are, many of the colleges, not all, many of the
Mm-hmm.
colleges work on Saturdays also, and most of the IT industry, for example, Saturday is off. So you can
Mm-hmm.
always have a agreement that some of the people from the industry, from the IT industry, will come on Saturdays and
Mm-hmm.
give some GAN lecture and go back.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what will actually help. What actually can help is
Mm-hmm.
what IIT does. What
Mm-hmm.
does IIT do? Why they are different? Of course, they get the cream students. That is one part.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But will that, I mean, just getting the cream student, that will that ensure that they will come out as a, I mean, fantastic resource, who will be almost everyone will be absorbed by various different organizations with a huge handsome salary? No.
No.
The reason is their learning procedure is different. They have
Different.
clubs, and
Mm-hmm.
those clubs, those are technology clubs. So it could be
Mm-hmm.
an AR VR club, for example, right?
Okay.
Which
Mm-hmm.
is run by the students. One
Okay.
faculty might be there as a kind of coach, mentor, not mentor also, coach, guide, or a coordinator, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the students who invite industry people, they come,
Mm-hmm.
they give
Mm-hmm.
a project to them. Most,
Okay.
many of times, if it is a startup industry, startup organization, they give a small
Mm-hmm.
live project, a module of their project, which they are going to
Mm-hmm.
develop.
Yeah.
These people work on that every
Mm-hmm.
weekend. This mentor connects with them
Mm-hmm.
either in person or virtually, whatever it might be, evaluate how the project going on, what all the gaps and all. So they are
Mm-hmm.
actually working in a live project. Remember, they are working in a live project with a
Lab project.
mentorship. Yes, with a mentorship from an industry veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And when they are delivering it, it is being used by that company, by that organization also. So two things happens. I gain an experience of working in a live project. Number one. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, experience is I can write in a CV also.
Yeah.
And that adds a lot of value. I will give
Yeah.
one more example. I am very fortunate to get an opportunity to work very closely with computer science department professors of MIT in Boston,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
famous MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology,
Yeah.
where if you walk into their campus and walk for
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely will, definitely there will be one person who is crossing you is a Nobel laureate.
Yeah.
100%, 100%
Yeah.
assured.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why they are different?
Yeah.
Why so many Nobel laureate comes from there? Because their master's degree and their PhD degree, what they do, the thesis or the research they do for their masters also, they need to do research. And for that research, they need to find out an industry where there is a problem statement, work with that industry, solve that problem statement, and it is the industry who evaluate his or her solution and say that yes, this meets our requirement, this solves our problem,
Program. Yeah.
and then only they are awarded with master's degree or PhD degree.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I find out something somewhere and wrote a thesis with the help of some googling, some this, that, and all these things, read some book here and there, prepared the thesis paper, submitted, and got approved. I became PhD, Dr. Amit Ganguly. Yeah, come on here. I
That's
mean,
different.
what is the difference, right?
Yeah.
But that is the difference which MIT professors bring. That's why there in the campus, if you work for 10 minutes, 100% people who are crossing you, one of them are Nobel laureate. That is the reason. Now, we need to build that kind of culture. May not be that level. It's not that easy overnight, but slowly, if the colleges want, if the universities want, they need to start building up that culture here. At least in IT and various other sectors today. Is not at all difficult to do that. In IT, 100% you can do because India is the IT hub. In automobile, you can definitely do. Maybe even in the pharmaceutical sector and all these places you can do. So opportunities are there. I mean, the colleges or universities, especially the private colleges and universities, they need to come out of the mentality. Yes, it's a business, but let the business be flourished. I mean, if your college becomes number one college in India, or then eventually number one college or university in the world, Asia and world, then I mean, does MIT have to put advertisement that admission open, come here?
No need.
No need. Does IIT need to do that? No. I mean, the people or students will be preparing for IIT for maybe from 6th or 8th standard and for their entrance examination. And if there are 100 seats, there will be 100,000 or 200,000 applicants. Why? Because of their standard. Reputation doesn't come overnight. So this is a both-way process. I mean, we need to make changes. Unfortunately, not many people are thinking about it. That is the sad part. Everybody is trying to do a quick fix. Do something there, and some checklist is there. Tick, 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 tick. Faculty development program for 5 days, done. What happens with the faculty development program in 5 days? What changes they will make? Nothing. Zero. The way they were teaching, the way they were behaving earlier, after 5 days also they will behave exactly like this. Maybe next 5 days it will be different. After that it will be same. I'll give one more little different type of example. I met one of my very close friend and ex-colleague from Calcutta when I was in Tata Infotech. And we met after how many? 15 years or 10 years, 12, 15 years. And where we met in New York in Manhattan. So we were just joking this, that, and all these things. Then he is little younger to me. So he said, Dada, I mean, in Bengali, elder brother or people who are elder to you, we usually call him Dada. So he said, Amit, you know what? When I'm in US driving and all these things, I do not honk. I follow the traffic lanes and all these things. I don't scream at people. I don't show finger. I don't do anything. When I go back to Calcutta, first one day I behave properly. The second day, trust me, I start honking. I start shouting, rolling down the window and start shouting, start abusing word and all these things. Why? Culture. That is the place there. Until and unless you do that, people don't understand. Right? So that culture needs to change. Otherwise, living in US, I mean, in US, you behave like Americans. In UK, you behave like British. But the moment you come back, your surroundings force you to become Indian again. So that is the problem. Same with the education system also. The culture has to change.
Definitely, sir. And like we are also like we have one startup called AR Village. Like we are working on filling that gap. Like we are providing AR kit or you can say AR platform where that all the curriculum that structure the syllabus will be there like in proper format, and all the content that designed by institutions will have some kind of 3D modules or like in AR content so that they can visualize. Like if we are learning some kind of tools there and we don't have that much resources available in institute, so that you can directly come to our platform and you can visualize it and you can use it just by virtual tools.
No,
So
that's
that is
wonderful.
what, yeah, this is what we are building at the Air Village. What you think about like how technology can solve this kind of problems in engineering or like medical colleges to deliver that for that gap between from the learning point of view to get some practical knowledge.
Well, honestly, in medical, the gap is much lesser.
Yeah.
Why so? I mean,
Mhm.
again, I am talking about proper medical colleges. Huh?
Mhm.
Because for anatomy part, when they learn anatomy, they
Mhm.
actually do human body dissection. I mean,
Mhm.
it should happen. I hope it still happens. Huh? I'm just
Mhm.
hoping it still happens. I mean,
Mhm.
if I have a cardboard, and on a cardboard, if a human body has been drawn and if I do dissection, I will not learn anything. So I will
Mhm.
have to do a proper human body dissection. Then only I'll be
Mhm.
learning how to hold the scalpel. And
Mhm.
have you seen Munna Bhai MBBS?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right. So just imagine the scene, whether you hold the scalpel like a pen or like a knife. Right. So that knowledge will happen only when I am doing it actually on a live, I mean, not live human body, but on a human
But
body.
yeah, physical body. Yeah.
Right. On a dead body, basically. So
Mhm.
that is important. And secondly is, other than that, in the medicine, the medical field is such good
Mhm.
doctors. Again, good doctors.
Mhm.
If I want to survive in a private hospital or my own practice, in that
Mhm.
case, I will have to keep on keep me updated,
Mhm.
my knowledge, especially on the medicine part,
Mhm.
which all new medicines are coming. Not just
Mhm.
go with the what medical representatives are giving or talking about it. In
Mhm.
that case, I mean, it's that I would say still the gap is less. In
Mhm.
engineering, gap is more because in IT I have spoken. Now,
Mhm.
yeah, this AR, VR, or this kind of technology back, I would say backing or platforms definitely can help in other engineering streams. For example, for not 100%, but at least up to certain extent. Say, for example, if I am studying civil engineering,
Mhm.
now in a college, can I build a bridge? No. In a college, can I build a tunnel? Might be undersea tunnel or a proper tunnel. Forget about undersea. Proper tunnel. I don't.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
But after passing engineering, if I need to work or if I get into that project, there will be huge
Mhm.
difference what I learned and
Yeah.
what I have to implement. I
Implement.
learned
Yeah.
that when you are making or constructing an underwater tunnel under the river or under the sea, whatever, you need to keep loads of things into factor, not only just the water pressure, right?
Mhm.
Loads of
Yeah.
other things into consideration. Now,
Mhm.
AR/VR or this kind of technological platform, not 100%, but at least can give some simulated environment where they will learn up to certain level. But again,
Mhm.
I would really suggest. I mean, this can be a very honestly speaking, Harsh. It can be a stopgap until and
Mhm.
unless we found a solution, real
Mhm.
proper solution. It's just
Mhm.
a stopgap arrangement. But ideally, it should be. If I am learning civil engineering, I should be deputed to a civil engineering firm where
Mhm.
they are constructing in a construction site, where they are constructing a bridge or a multi-storied building or a
Yeah.
tunnel or whatsoever it might be, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
different group of students should be sent to different projects for a few
Mhm.
months.
Yeah.
Let them be there, see how thing works and work. Then
Mhm.
only they will learn. They will learn the practicalities. Otherwise,
Definitely.
we will construct bridge based on our theoretical knowledge, and
Mhm.
then we have the contractors which who will tell, or the political parties who will ask
Mhm.
force us to mix more sand than cement. As a
Mhm.
result, in few months time or few years time, the bridge or the building will collapse. This will keep on happening.
Mhm. Absolutely. So, what are the major changes you see, like for in terms of training and development? What are the things will be happen, like there in like next 5 or 10 years, and how we can ready for that change, or how we can prepare for that change.
See, from the training and development perspective, what we focus from the organization point of view. Let me be very honest. I'm not doing the branding or advertisement kind of thing here. But what is our focus? What is my focus area? We don't focus on volume. That is, we don't focus on quantity. We focus on quality. I don't want, honestly speaking, 100 clients at any point of time, serving 100 clients or serving for 100 clients. No, I don't want. I will be more than happy, or I am very happy if I am serving 5 clients or 4 clients or even 2 clients at a time. But what value add we bring here is, again, the client needs to be ready or should be ready to pay that extra premium price. The trainer which we supply, they all are having the blended experience. Say, for example, if I am giving a training on X technology to the set of people who are, say, having 4 or 5 years of IT experience, for example, in such cases, my trainer, the trainer we deploy, that trainer minimum had 8 to 9 years of experience, out of which 4 to 5 years minimum they have worked in the industry as a developer, as an architect, depending on the type of training we are giving, using the same technology or nearby technology. If the technology is very new, if it is not 5, 6, 7 years old technology, it is not. In that case, something related technology they have worked, and couple of years, not continuously, but in bits and pieces, have given training also. So remember one thing: training is also a specialized skill.
Yeah.
Otherwise, every project manager or every project personnel would have become a trainer. Then why organization require trainer? Why do they hire people from outside? Right? Because everybody cannot train, cannot teach.
Yeah.
So the people whom we supply as a trainer to the corporates, they have this blended experience, project experience, real life project experience in the industry, more or less similar duration, similar number of years of experience what the participants' experience is, plus few years of teaching experience as well, either as a freelancer or as a in the corporate doing in-house training or other sister organization training, whatsoever it might be. But I should have the ability and skill to stand or connect to in front of the participants and teach and explain, not read the PPTs. Unless, if not, I have seen a lot of so-called project people who are very knowledgeable. Again, they have the skill, not only the knowledge, they have the skill. They know the implementation and everything, but they don't have the teaching skill. So what do? They read the PPTs. So that is also not required, not the ideal thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's how we add value. I mean, I wish more and more organizations will come forward, will increase their L&D or the people development budget, so that they can afford to have this kind of training. I'm not saying that they will have to engage with us. We don't have the bandwidth to engage with many corporates or many organizations at any point of time. But if it is a model to be followed, I'm sure all the or many of the training organization or the organization who are passionate about training, passionate about people development will opt this model, and overall collectively we can make changes.
Absolutely, sir.
Similarly, at the college front, university front, their mentality also needs to change.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's a money making machine. Agreed. Any business is a money making machine. But along with that, I need to do investment. I need to invest to earn some money. Without investment, if I expect to earn money, doesn't work.
That doesn't work. Yes, sir. Sir, you have explained very well all the points here, and thank you so much for adding value so much to the audience, that that are listening here or that will be listening podcast, and you want to add something that will to audience, that will create some additional value for them.
Yes. So, if um, I mean, for the audience, if you are fresher or lesser years of experience, in that case, choose an organization. Don't go with the always with the big names. Choose an organization where you will have opportunity to learn, opportunity to innovate. See, there is always a pros and cons. I have worked in a big organization, big MNC like Accenture, and I have worked in a small organization like StreamServe also. Now, uh, in bigger organization, what happens? You have a lot of processes, and as a junior resource, I will be in some corner or some small. I mean, if I consider the whole project or whole thing as a car, then my role is just a nut and bolt somewhere in the corner of the car. I'm not saying that my role is not important, but being a nut and bolt, I don't know, I don't get an opportunity to see how the car looks like or how the car works.
Works, yeah.
But if I work in smaller organization, especially in startup, yes, there are risks. um,
Mhm.
we don't know when the startup will stop getting funding and will get closed. But
Yeah.
if I get into a comparatively stable startup,
Mhm.
uh, I will most likely be get a chance to innovate and see the bigger picture, which is
Yeah.
very important.
Mhm.
Learning is, I mean, always be open to learn new things.
Mhm.
And finally, do not focus. Again, I am saying money is important, salary is important. I am not saying that you work for a salary which is unjustifiable or unjustified low.
Yeah.
But do not make the money as the only thing in life.
Mhm.
If you are joining an organization, evaluate the role, evaluate the organization, and all these things. But if you do a commitment, if you accept the offer letter, please don't
Mhm.
ditch them, join
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
And once you are joining or joined
Mhm.
there,
Mhm.
unless there is a big breach of trust, say for example, I have
Mhm.
joined as a Java developer and I have asked to do something completely different. That's a different thing. But
Yeah.
if not, that is not the case, please don't leave the organization before 2 years. At least spend 2 years minimum.
Yeah.
That is required to learn. I mean,
Mhm.
I personally have been with Accenture for 15 years, almost 15 years. Why? Because I got a lot of opportunity to learn, grow and
Learn.
learn,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But if I make only money as my motto or as my goal, in that case, every 1 year or 6 months, I will keep on changing the organization. And trust me, after 3 years, 4 years, five
Mhm.
years, nobody will
Mhm.
take me because everybody can see in my resume that I am a quick jumper. Nobody
Mhm.
will trust me.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, I mean, I definitely, as a recruiter or recruitment partner, I do not recommend those CVs to my client. I
Yeah.
tell them that
Yeah.
please don't go with this person because that person will not stick to you, whatever you give,
Mm. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Uh, some noise is there in background. That's why I just so that I can edit it.
no problem.
So much noise. Yeah. So yeah, I think we have done very well till now, and we have captured all the questions in the conversation itself. We don't. So how's your experience like? What you think?
I mean, the experience is, of course, wonderful. It was great
Yeah.
speaking to you, great having this conversation.
Mhm.
These kind of topics are very close to my heart, honestly speaking. I really feel
Yeah.
bad, especially when I see the NASHCOM. I mean, we are member of NASHCOM also.
Yeah.
So NASHCOM newsletter or various different
Mhm.
places, we see
Mhm.
that more than 60% of our engineering graduates are unemployable. I feel bad.
Mhm.
I have personally seen engineering graduate, I mean BTech computer science, driving
Mhm.
Uber cab. I
Yeah.
personally have seen. I
Mhm.
mean, for driving Uber, I'm not saying that driving Uber cab is bad, but for
No,
driving
no,
Uber
yeah.
cab, do you need to have a BTech computer science degree?
It is,
No, not
no,
required. Just a
yeah,
BA, BSc, BCom is fine. I mean, any degree is fine for your
yeah,
career satisfaction and knowledge part, right?
yeah, yeah.
So,
That is the option they choose because they didn't get job in
job,
before.
exactly,
That's the, yeah.
exactly.
So,
So, I mean, parents are spending lakhs of rupees,
mhm,
especially poor parents,
mhm,
mortgaging their agricultural land or house
mhm.
or anything in their village, whatever they have in their village,
Yeah,
assuming or expecting that after
mhm,
completing computer science engineering, my son will get a job in the IT MNC and
mhm.
earn in lakhs.
Yeah,
But that is not the reality, unfortunately. And
yeah,
everybody, I'm not saying the students only, not saying the only colleges, industry,
mhm,
colleges, everybody needs to come forward
mhm.
to make these changes. And again,
Yeah,
I will tell the students also, I mean, those who are aspired to be an engineer,
mhm,
try to see, is engineering is the only career available for you in the market?
mhm. Yeah,
Don't we have too many engineers in the market? So think from
yeah.
that aspect also.
The one more thing is there that after completing engineering only they realize that I'm passionate about something else, like whether it is in art or sports or anything else. Before
True.
that they don't have that realizations that we can go in the different sectors, or like what is they are passionate about, like
Oh yes, that's very
that is a
important.
big,
That's
mm.
very important. So again, it is
That's why
very
you
important.
see, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
that's
very
why we see
important to
engineers
identify the
everywhere.
ikigai. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
It's very important. Identify the passion at the early age. And there,
mm,
I mean, as parents, have a very important role to play. Please do not
yeah.
push your students, or I mean, your children to become a
Mhm.
doctor and engineer only, or these days
Only,
MBA.
yes. Let
Please,
them know the industry and
yes. Let them
explore.
identify what they are good at.
Yeah,
Let them
yeah.
identify what they are good at. I mean,
Hmm.
based on that, they will choose their path. Again, I mean,
Definitely.
I am a movie buff, so I will give
Yeah.
again another example of Three Idiot. So
Uh,
imagine that dialogue. Imagine if Sachin Tendulkar is asked to become a singer and Lata Mangeshkar is asked to become a cricketer. What would have happened?
both both will be in
Disaster.
different, no, just no one knows them.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. So that's very important.
yeah. So thank you so much, sir. You have spent a lot of time. We like like before that we thought like before 1 hour we can complete it, but it takes like more than 1 hour to
So
it's
that
lengthy.
blame that I mean for that I need to be blamed, Harsh, because I am a very talkative person. If I start talking, I don't stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people say that I should be in politics.
Yeah, you explain point very clearly, and you are too focused on something that is like you believe that should be there, or that you think like this is this way, like the structure should be, or like whatever your thought is, you are very clear about that point.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Harsh. Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks for hosting me. Thanks for giving me a platform to um, talk from my heart, not
yeah,
something which is a kind of pseudo or within a scripted kind of thing. I'll say all
yeah,
goody goody things about it or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, and also like I want to like because you are part of like some of the institutes in engineering college, or different institutions, and we are at Air Village. What we are doing currently is that like we are selecting the particular institute in ITI,
Mhm.
and we are providing them the training modules, we can say, or like their whatever their syllabus is. Based on their syllabus, we are preparing module for in AR, in
Mhm.
augmented reality. There will be a 3D library where
Right.
they can access all the content there, and they can visualize it in AR, and they can, that you find that gap in industry from point of a skills and knowledge. They have knowledge but they don't have a skills.
Right.
We cannot compare that physical training with this, but yeah, that will be very mm, uh, you can say uh, 90% or 80% they can experience it.
Correct.
Okay, after experience they can go to industry. They can easily identify that all the process, all the if you say the tools and all the things, so that the productivity will be more, and they will not spend a lot of time on training. Okay,
Right.
like, yeah, so that is what we want to fill that gaps, and we are started from ITI colleges, but now we are planning to go in engineering colleges as well.
Mhm.
So you can suggest me on this, and like what you are thinking about this technology and how we can help you to connect with institutes, or you can guide me on that also.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what we can do, or what I suggest you to do, is
Mm.
do not try with a top ranking, top notch engineering colleges,
Okay.
because of two reasons. One
Mm-hmm.
is they have a ego factor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a owner or as a VC or as a dean or the principal of the engineering college, I will feel that, oh, my college is a fantastic. I have all
Mm-hmm.
these COEs, Center of Excellences, this,
Mm-hmm.
that, and all these things. My students don't require it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So,
Yeah.
there, very honestly speaking, it may not work. It may not work
Yeah.
because they feel that they are good, they are fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
though actually they are not.
Yeah.
That's a different
Yeah.
story altogether. But
Mm-hmm.
the point is, I mean, somebody needs to show the mirror, and at this stage, we perhaps might not be able to show them the mirror until and
Yeah.
unless they are willing to see the mirror, see themselves in a
Mm-hmm.
mirror. Uh, so the better option is go to tier two, tier three colleges. So you are from
Okay.
which? I mean, where are you living right now?
Currently, we are living in Patna.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So might
Mm-hmm.
be in Patna or surrounding Patna,
Mm-hmm.
smaller engineering colleges.
Mm-hmm.
You go there
Mm-hmm.
and tell them the problem statement. Let's see.
Okay.
I am sure you know that whatever you are teaching
Mm-hmm.
is the basic foundation. What
Yeah.
is required by the industry is one step, one level
Mm-hmm.
up from there.
Level. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
you cannot teach all these things because of a simple fact, even if you are interested to teach, but the
Mm-hmm.
technology, especially in the IT,
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
non-IT also, if you say automobile, I mean mechanical, especially mechanical automobile, these days technology is changing very fast.
Yeah.
So if
Mm-hmm.
you try to adapt those changing technology, you need to do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things. You need to get your lecturers trained,
Mm-hmm.
get the books and all these
Mm-hmm.
things, and then put it in the into curriculum. When the students will reach to study that curriculum and come out of the engineering, perhaps something new has come already in the market.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not possible for you to that way teach, but
Mm-hmm.
this AR/VR platform,
Mm-hmm.
which in which we can make changes pretty quickly
Mm-hmm.
and give an experience, not a direct experience, not a real touch and feel kind of thing, but at least visualization experience, how
Mm-hmm.
thing works, how does it
Mm-hmm.
work. So
Mm-hmm.
they will be at least be equipped.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
what happens in the industry or how the industry works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So that way, definitely, it can help them,
Definitely, sir.
right? And one more thing, which please tell them that the students
Mm-hmm.
need to be equipped with
Mm-hmm.
interview preparation
Okay.
and CV writing.
Yeah.
Trust me, the CVs I see,
Mm-hmm.
99% CVs are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, see, when we are recruiting
Mm-hmm.
for a niche skill, I am forced to kind of go and search deep in the CV to find out whether that person has worked in that technology or what kind of work they have done and all these things, because it's very difficult to find those kind of people, and you don't get hundreds of CVs. But for a vanilla skill, when hundreds of CVs are there, trust me, I don't go deep. I just read the summary and reject the candidate saying that this person doesn't fit. It it is not always that person, maybe that person might be the best candidate also, but because of the CV is just like a showcase. See, in this talk show, why am I wearing shirt, blazer, and all these things? I could have come in maybe a t-shirt or Punjabi, maybe a tone shirt or something like that. This is because how we carry, how we build our impression. So CV is the thing which first create the first impression in the mind of the recruiter.
Yeah.
So while preparing the CV, I need to think from the recruiter's perspective, what the recruiter is looking for. So there are loads of things to do on that. So please tell the colleges to focus or teach the students how to write proper CV. Otherwise, they will not get job. Trust me, they will not get job at all. There is another.
So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Harsh. Thank you. Have a good day. And thanks for hosting me once again. Okay.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.